Hey guys, I'm Asian.
And I'm FarmTruck, and we're going to talk and answer some questions for you today. Or something like that. Well, we stuck to who we are, and we didn't go after a full-blown pro mod race car, mainly because we can't afford it.
It's expensive. You know? Yeah, we acted our wage.
The real reason is it's expensive and it's too much of a job. It would be a full-time job to maintain one of those cars. Those guys, they are working 24/7 to make the next race. You know, hats off to them. It's a lot of work, and we want to build cool stuff. We would rather put nitrous on a toilet than go that fast. It's a choice.
Yeah, I think the oddity builds are just a little bit better of a fit. We got mixed into this street racing crew that exponentially started growing and started getting faster and faster. All the while, that's not what we signed up for.
That's right.
We were like, whoa, what's happening here? And we kind of let them do their thing. We didn't let them, but they went and did their thing while we kind of let ourselves stay behind. And I prefer it that way.
A more streetable car is a lot more fun.
To us.
You know? If you get a big chopper that's fancy and it's $100,000, and then you ride a moped and you're taking it off jumps and curbs, the moped could be more fun than riding the chopper. It depends on your attitude.
I think there's always an element of feeling left out. Regardless if we've made the decision ourselves or not. We see these guys evolving. We see them, you know, Ryan Martin is the fastest man in the world right now. How could you not want to be? But I feel like we are involved. I feel like we were involved.
We're totally involved, but you're exactly right, Asian. If you build your car to compete on a no prep level and you go out the first round, you feel left out.
You know, do.
We wanted to do our own thing, even though, sure, we felt left out, but it was more important to us to stay in our lane and do what we do, and have more fun than clock in and go to work.
Yep. So we support everyone that is putting every ounce of effort and money into their builds and their racing programs. But for us, we just enjoy doing what we do, and you'll see that, and I think we'll stay true to that from here on after. You know, the show kind of did come full circle, and I was definitely excited to know that they were going to reel back the speed of the cars, the size of the tire, and what type of participation. We were racing out-of-towners rather than ourselves. You take animosity right out of you take the conflict out of the program once you start racing others, as opposed to just practice night, racing each other. That's what it started feeling like. It started feeling like practice night out there for those guys, and I think they started feeling the same way.
You know, we're all evolving as humans. You know, we're getting faster. You know, we all want that better job, the pay raise, getting a little bit nicer car, a little bit nicer house. That's how the Street Outlaws evolved into what it is today. A lot of really fast cars and pro mods, whatever you want to call them. And it's inevitable for people that are competitive to want to go to the next level. I was much surprised whenever it came full circle and it came back and they wanted to race more cruisable cars, and we are all in on that. And I never really thought about it that way for the show to come back to who we are. I really don't view it that way. I view it, you know, like I said, we're all evolving as humans.
You know, I think being involved with the OG show is a badge of honor for us. This is what we do. This is what we've done. It's a part of our character. It's a part of who we think we are. Truly, I mean, if we were to describe in a paragraph who we think we are, this is a part of it. So to be a part of the original cast, the original group before the show, for me, there's a sense of pride with that, and I carry that around with me every day.
You trying to make me cry? You know, we were involved in street racing long before the show, and we were heavily involved. We were a part of it. Even though we didn't have the fastest cars back then, we still found our place. We found our niche. And for them to ask us to race with them again, like we did way back in the day, it's an honor, and I'm beside myself over the whole thing, and I'm thrilled that they asked us to be a part of it. Asian, you go first.
So I bought my Jeep as a daily driver about 5 years ago. It was truly a daily driver. I met the Modern Muscle team at PRI. They approached me and said, hey, we make a 405 cubic inch engine for that. It was fitting, hence 405. And I thought, okay, if these guys want to play ball, let's see what they can do. They took the Jeep under their program, and they turned it around pretty quickly, enough to give it back to us for the daily driver show. Farm and I took that thing all the way to the #1 spot. We won the daily driver event with that, and it's been kind of my daily driver ever since, being that it's so consistent. And with the new show coming out and small tire being the main rule, I believe that Farm kind of looked the direction of the Jeep and saying, hey, that might be the path of least resistance for that.
You know, let me just reel it back a little bit. That's one of my proudest moments. When Asian won that daily driver race, he loaded up 3 #1ers in the 405 to clinch the win with Jeeper Sleeper. Gonna make me cry again.
You're crying a lot.
I'm emotional.
You got menopause?
I'm going through it at my age. But yeah, you know, Dave at Modern Muscle, he was able to get me this Jeep. The Jeeper Sleeper works so well. It'll get down any road. For me, I wanted to run the farm truck. I wanted to put small tires on it and get out there and try. It's all set up for big tire, which it's the smallest big tire out of all of the 405. But I knew that, well, for one, I didn't have the motor. My engine builder had it, and they were rebuilding the whole thing. The show came up, we didn't have time, and that's whenever I called Dave at Modern Muscle Extreme. He got me the Jeep, and it worked out perfect.
And Penny is a very similar platform. It's got almost identical drivetrain. It's got a slightly smaller motor. I think they just kept the 396 and left that in there. So it might make the same power. It's got more of a Whipple style supercharger. Mine is a Pro charger. So different ways of making power, but they make them on different RPM ranges, but they do very well. And as you'll see on the show, they impressed us.
I think Asians is much faster than
not much, if any. Maybe
way
not.
faster.
Maybe not at all.
So
maybe not at all.
But I think he's Jeeper Sleeper's got it.
I think I'd read.
He's got more experience.
I'd see his license plate at least once. You know, the all-wheel drive debate to me is quickly falls apart. They name one advantage to these vehicles, all-wheel drive. The disadvantages begin to stack up. How about weight? How about it's twice as difficult to put the power to the tires because of more friction? How about the fact that you have less choices in drivetrain? It's more difficult to build these vehicles. It's more difficult to tune them. It's more difficult to find suspension options for them. To me, and also on a good road, we're at no advantage whatsoever. These Mustangs, these Fox bodies, they're hanging hoops. They got no problem. They don't need all-wheel drive. So the only advantage we have is first off the trailer, dirty road. Outside of that, the only advantage they can speak of is all-wheel drive, and that argument begins to fall apart quickly.
That's exactly right. Being first down, we do have an advantage on a virgin road. But you get, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 passes on that road, there's no advantage to all-wheel drive.
See you later. It's like Miss America. It's like Miss America. It's like talent. What's the talent?
You know what?
Favorite date of the year?
That is a good point.
Yeah.